Okay, hello. Oh, you don't know the sirens here and the mufflers? I mean, what to say? I can't take it anymore here. I want away from this fucking hell on earth rat's nest city. The time is 4:35 p.m. What I am supposed to say, and I put it in the title, is about Mexico and the Mexican drug cartel. The Mexican military is the good military. They're with the guys that saved my life, whoever they are. They're with those military helicopters that I can never talk about, that are always over this compound, practically landing half the time. But when they do that, I can never talk about it. I've been allowed to describe the times the blades snapped, but I could see them, and they weren't as close as when they almost land on the roofs. But I can't talk about the good stuff. But the point is, the Mexican military has that president who was a drug cartel prop, the female new president of Mexico. They have her surrounded. That's why she says things that are music to my ears. Okay? Because I hope to meet the Mexican military like I hope to meet the new IDF chief. I hope it's God's will. I would love to meet them. They are some of the people who helped me protect my country. Darn right. Muchas gracias, Mexican military. Muchas gracias. All right. The U.S. military that's at the border is the cooping military that set up and protects this ISIS terrorist compound. Okay? Elon Musk, because we're in an obvious uprising and overthrow, has no legal or constitutional right in the Republic of the United States to be directing drones and warfare, no matter what. Okay, no matter what. So what you're witnessing is a government overthrow. Elon Musk is directing the cooping military at the border. That's their military. That's the white supremacist, violent extremist, white terrorist military. This is a Muslim / white supremacist, violent extremist, ISIS compound 6 blocks from the White House. Okay, Elon Musk has no constitutional any way he could possibly beg anybody in sitting power of politics in any analogy or any way, for sake of argument, to ever be directing thousands of troops at the border and drones. But Elon Musk with Donald are literally for the camera taking over the government. It's a government overthrow. They don't believe they'll be booked and cuffed, but they will be. All right? What's going to happen is Elon Musk is going to order back. And it'll be, they're so stupid, they'll put it in the paper. He's going to order back. Yeah, this guy, right? I know. And Donald will order back all those troops to D.C., Washington, D.C. And those troops at the border, because they couldn't attack the Mexican military there with any success and invade Mexico like they talked about, they'll come here and they'll literally start attacking their own sovereign territory. And Donald believes he can write an executive order in a fantasy delusion to do that. So what Donald and Elon Musk are going to end up doing is starting a revolution / civil war in their country, and they're gonna lose, just like they lost at the Mexico border. How this gets to become a world war scenario is what I keep telling you. Now, I'm not a military expert. I do know a bit, but I'd like to make sure the public knows I'm not the ultimate source on military affairs. So having said that, I keep telling all of you out there, watch the Philippines, watch Taiwan, but really watch the Philippines. When the U.S. cooping military and these sitting politicians take it too far in the Philippines, we're going to see some serious strikes coming from foreign nations. Okay? And nobody who is a responsible politician would ever bring that to their country. They would sit at the talking table with the Asians before they ever attacked Asians. Okay, and everyone's heard my opinions on why, okay? But it's facts on paper, regardless of opinions. After North Korea, after Vietnam, a responsible politician would talk to the Asian governments before you launch ballistic weapons anywhere near their countries. Right, so I want the public to know to expect all those troops to leave. They probably won't announce it because it's such a colossal failure. Donald had everybody riled up at the rallies about how he was going to invade Mexico. It'll be a colossal failure. It is on paper, facts on paper right now, a colossal failure. They'll leave the border, they'll come back here, and it's going to be really bad when they do that. They're going to have one intent, and that is to attack this area, metro area. I'm in there big time. I'm sitting in here. I'm not much of anything but furniture. I'm in one of their big time terror cells that's protected by the Pentagon. I've seen military people here, like evil ones. You know what I mean? These are my layman's terms. I've seen them. I've eyewitnessed so many feds and so many military people, and they're not friendly, and they're U.S. citizens, and they're nasty. But this is my opinion. I want to try to just keep to the facts. They'll do anything to anyone for white power. I definitely could check that off my list after eyewitnessing enough of them. This definitely is their terrorist compound, and they will fight for that with their fire department, their police, and their cooping military. So I want the public to understand that. Also, lastly, and in closing, the Mexican military is part of the good military. The good military runs circles around Ukraine, around Biden and Donald's cooping military. They literally run circles around them. They run circles around Iran and the Iranian Guard. Circles, dude. I've seen it here so much. And the way you can see it is that Starlink, how it's exploded in the sky, and everything that Elon Musk tries to launch explodes in the sky. Okay, and now he's here. He has a serious substance abuse habit. He does crank. Elon Musk, this is facts on paper. I'm not misinforming people. He does crank. A lot of it, way too much. And he smokes crack. Yeah. And you can see that too. Hopefully someone can expose him like they exposed Biden's son. They're crack addicts. So, okay. All right. So Elon Musk will be here waiting for his cooping military to come back. So the more they fail, the more they're going to try to come back into their sovereign territory and start taking over DC, like they like to put in the paper. And when they do that, the Mexican military, the good military, whoever they are who flies over this house, definitely certain groups from China, definitely, because they're protecting their country. You can see what I mean when I say certain groups, maybe not full-on war, but maybe some units, some special forces from China. Absolutely, hands down. You got to figure this, dude. We've got all these freaks threatening them through Taiwan and Philippines, and they've got this terrorist cell, literally world famous, down the street from two sitting presidents. You know China's very aware of this. So at the point that Donald, it'll be that one, not Biden, starts total hot war in DC, Washington, DC, you know China's going to have something to do with that. It'll be for the good, not the bad. It might be maybe 100 guys. It might be maybe 50 Chinese guys, but they're highly trained, highly skilled military agents. And they'll definitely be around to help out. Not me. I'm just in here like furniture, but I'm definitely telling you, you could probably put money down on that. Because they're protecting their country. These freaks that start a hot war in DC with a whole bunch of cooping military trying to attack the country in Mexico for no freaking reason, when the guy has all these cartel running so many around here that they need porta potties. Donald's got so many Mexican cartel everywhere, they need a porta potty. On the sidewalk, there's so many of them. Okay, so foreign governments are aware of that. So I'm sure they will. When he starts his little hot war in DC, there'll be some sort of Chinese around. But as far as in closing, as far as what I mean by I'm in here, I literally locked down. I'm furniture in here. I'm just in here, dude. This is so not my department. I'm in here, and all I ever read or encounter are feds, really creepy, evil U.S. military, or these crazed, weird freaks with beards. U.S. domestic that think they're ISIS. They think they're Muslim, but they smoke crack and they cannibalize. They do everything against the fatwa. They're not freaking Muslims, but they like to dress up and believe they are. I see that. And I see all these crazed gang members. They're African American, and I see a lot of white, but the white are usually feds. The white men are usually all feds. So I'm repeating the ones I see, the feds. Yeah, so I don't see any nice people that come in here, no, or walk by the street, but that's who's coming around. Like the day the CIA agent, that female, tried to call the cops on me. I'll never forget that. Okay, so they're going to start a little hot war. They're going to bring those guys from the border back here. Elon Musk is obviously, I need you to understand, it's not even legal. You can't have a guy like that, a drug addict, by the way, ordering military equipment. They have tried, and they are in process of government overthrow, and they're convinced in a delusion they can't be booked and cuffed, okay? So I'm in here like furniture. And when they start a hot war, I'm waiting for those 50 Chinese agents. I'm praying they show up. They will. They'll be here. There'll be a lot of foreign military, I'm sure. There'll be IDF, because there's so much Muslim terror here. There'll probably be a lot, so I'm hoping I do meet the Mexican military. And I'm hoping that I do meet the chief of the IDF. I want the chief of the IDF to know I really, really respect him. All right? And God bless you, and God bless your family, Chief. God bless your wife and your family, okay? From the deepest part of my heart, I'm so glad you're with the IDF. You are a blessing. Okay, so I'm going to go. Goodbye.